Back at it again with another episode of Two All the Wolves I've Slain, eh? Well, let's continue. Where were we on Monday anyway? We're on the talking chair. Does that chair talk? Does he bite?
Kind of spooky.
You don't say!
Oh, and that famous ruler was soon deposed for exhibitionism.
Oh man.
Apparently, he went mad and started walking around naked, claiming to have the finest clothes in the land.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to the last video, the music volume is just a bit too loud that it overwhelms the voice actor. Apparently he went mad, and why?
Most people go through life thinking that their job is terribly dull and boring, but they never stop to consider how much worse they would have had it if they were Conan's loincloth.
Okay, I'm not sorry. I am not sorry to say that I don't know what is Conan loincloths. So, what is that? Can you give me some reference?
However, Conan's loincloth aside, all of this doesn't actually apply to patches.
Huh?
You see, weavers regard enchanters in the same way a blacksmith regards a baker.
Huh?
I mean, your pastries taste fine, sir, but have a taste of my axe. Clearly, axe conquers cake in the game of axe cake blacksmith, which is, of course, the Fairy Land version of rock, paper, scissors.
What?
In magical terms, enchanters are basically minor level wizards.
Oh.
They can alter the properties of an object by tapping into magical dimensions. If you wanted to enchant a pair of pants, for example, to maybe do some cleaning about the house, or hug you at night because you're feeling lonely.
Ooh.
And the fear that you'll stay alone is creeping deeper and deeper into your mind.
Okay,
which
you
is
don't
slowly
need-
driving you nuts and bananas, which incidentally is a pretty tasty and healthy meal alternative. And oh my days, how can I eat so much crap? Someone, take these Doritos away from me.
What's You don't need to go any further, mate. You don't need to go any further. All right.
Where was I?
Use blacksmith a cake with her ants. Is it?
Yes, weavers and enchanters. So, to enchant a pair of pants, for whatever reason, an enchanter would tap into the magical ley lines and pluck a bit of magic to animate the pants.
Well, I wish I can enchant my pants so it doesn't get wet at night. You know, that happens. Even in the age of teens. Alright?
The result of this was an abundance of self-cleaning dishes and brooms that swept all day by themselves.
Huh.
Sadly,
Neat.
no one stopped to think of all the jobs that would be lost. But anyway, weavers, unlike enchanters, use the power of magical dimensions to enhance their needles and threads, and weave completely self-aware clothes.
You mean oh wait, you wear me, and then the glove just come to you and wear for you? Oh, that's so cool! Because I'm a lazy person, so I would love to live in a world like this.
They were pretty much the Elon Musks of their time. And
Nice.
to bring this all back to the story, now would be a good time to mention that Patches, being more than a mere enchanted cow, had a kind-hearted but extremely socially awkward personality. He was completely unable to deal with moments of stress or sadness. This caused him to twerk and boogie on top of Velma's head to get her attention, which was absolutely not cool. Unless the person viewing it had a fine appreciation for the art of twerking or boogieing.
That's a mood.
When he was done dancing on her head and everyone's attention was clearly on him, he lowered himself down over Velma's face and whispered,
Vel, there's someone watching us through the window.
Velma ran out of the house and felt the presence of what was bound to be the next boss in the story.
Has there been any boss? I don't think so. There's only mini boss.
Well,
Oh.
well.
Who is that guy? Beauty and the Beast? I don't know. Tonga?
Well, that's a cliche introduction if I ever heard one. Mr. Villain, whoever wrote you must be getting sloppy.
Sloppy.
Win it with the meta humor already.
But isn't saying that quite meta too, Vel?
Velma threw an angry look up at Patches, then turned back to the man.
Hello, you.
Are you one of them?
Tongist raised an eyebrow.
Are you behind what happened inside?
Maybe.
Ooh. Ooh, that sounds sassy. That voice is fucking sassy. Ooh, I love this.
Velma growled again.
I don't like your riddles, creep.
Creep. I like fiery women.
Velma cringed, which didn't seem to have any effect on Tongus.
Join us, my darling.
Join us, my darling.
Hey, listen here, buddy. I don't know who you think you are, but Vel is with me.
Uh-oh, someone is angry.
Oh, well. I like that. What a pretty name.
Oh, you like the name, not the person. Oh.
I am Tongus Christopher Jacobs III.
Is this how people name themselves in in the history? In the past? Tongus Christopher Chekhov the third. Is the third necessary?
You're a ton of gas, all right.
No, sir. He's a ton of muscle, I see.
Tongus frowned.
I cannot woo you whilst listening to the mithering of your companion. I shall wait for you at the mansion on the other side of the forest.
Oh,
The Pigsbees gave another collective
You
gasp.
again.
You're not going anywhere, creep.
Whoop, too bad. He's too strong.
My, so clingy.
See?
Pace yourself, milady.
The man jumped backwards. Then,
I wish
in
I
the
can do
tenth
that.
of a blink, he disappeared behind the corner of the house.
Tangos? Huh?
I guess we're going to that guy's mansion, Patches.
Maybe we should tell your grandma first.
Wait, I thought your grandma died.
For once, you have a point, Patches.
So it...
I do not know you. Who the fuck are you? You do not look like any Did Little Red Hood mention anything about the look of the grandma? Because that definitely doesn't look like her.
Velma couldn't hide the surprise on her face.
Me too!
How did you know?
Wait, what?
And why do you sound Canadian all of a sudden?
Maybe I'm not your gram. Maybe I'm eaten by a Canadian werewolf.
Very funny, Gran.
Oh, Granny, why are your teeth so big? What a silly girl you were, dear.
This isn't the time, Gran.
It's always the time,
My dear.
It really couldn't be anything
Anything else?
Rena, the kid isn't kidding.
Rena?
Ugh, I'm not a kid.
What do you want me to do, Patches? I gave her the needle. Now I'm just an old woman.
Or Karen? You look like one of them.
You can pretend with the rest of them, but you can't fool me, Sabrina Weaver.
Sabrina Weaver. Oh really? Sabrina?
Will you two shut up?
No.
Grandma Weaver and Patches looked at Velma expectantly.
I'm going to fight them, Gran.
I will.
Even if you don't...
No, that's fine by me.
Rena?
What? She has the gift. It is her duty and her destiny as the protagonist.
But...
If you weren't always so overprotective, you'd see that, you daft old hat.
Ugh, enough! I'm off, Gran.
Prick 'em nice and hard for me.
Hell yeah.
Velma grinned, spun around, and ran out into the dark forest with less than good intentions for anyone of the lupine variety. The wind howled louder than the various canines that populated the forest. Velma found herself wanting to stab at it. Couldn't it just whistle? No. Tonight it was howling. It had decided on howling, and it was certainly giving its all in the howl department. She arrived at the mansion's gates in a short paragraph's time, so
That was
really
fast.
there was no opportunity for her to get sweaty or wound up.
Really? No more character development or mini boss? Man, if this was in JoJo, there would be like at least 5 men before you, before the fucking gate.
The place was ablaze with an opulent assortment of antique lamps. There were so many of them, in fact, that a quick mathematical equation would prove it took all of Granny Weaver's pension to keep the whole production lit for a day. Not that she paid for it. That was just an equation. Anyway, enough math. Velma climbed over the gates and continued towards a particularly peculiar light in the distance.
Oh, that's a bright moon, by the way.
You know, this could be a trap.
Will you please stop talking?
No.
Yes, of course. Stop talking. You're just an article of clothing. Who would ever listen to anything you have to say, Patches? Shut up.
Got him.
Well.
Tongus crept up from
Oh,
the shadows
hello,
once
Mr.
again.
Messy Man.
Darling, you came.
You can converse with Tongus. Attack Tongus. Let's just choose the Pacific, passive, non-genocide route.
What is this place?
Now, my love.
She's not your love yet, my dude. We just met like 5 minutes ago. No.
All will be revealed when you meet the mistress.
Who's the mistress?
Who is this mistress?
Don't be jealous, love. My heart is big enough for both of you.
Yet there are always men like you.
Listen, you can talk,
Yes.
or I can make you talk.
Her hand landed on Needle's handle.
Make me then.
Oh no.
No one hits on girls like Tongus.
Do not underestimate the tomboy.
No random creep was gonna give Val a tough time. Not if she had something to say about it. This is a good time to point out that the usual etiquette when a creepy guy named Tongus lunges at you is to jump out of his way. But Val had been having an absolutely rotten day.
Oh,
The creep's lunge intensified, which only helped to increase the impact with which Vel's boot connected with his nether regions.
can you know this region, right? You know this. Bro, can you put your hand down? Please? Please, put your hand down. Yes, look at her smirk. She doesn't even need to attack you.
Tongus whimpered for a brief moment before regaining his composure. The smile that appeared on his face could have provided an endless supply of oil for the cooks of Fairyland.
What?
I am the peanut butter. You're the jam. Time for us to make a sexy sandwich.
I'ma take that sentence to continue.
I'll show you a sandwich.
Give me.
A knuckle sandwich.
Oh.
This time, it was Velma who lunged
Ow.
at Tongus. But the creep slid out of the way with the grace of a goblin shark. Interestingly, the goblin shark is ranked as the second creepiest animal alive. After Tongus, of course.
You're not a snake, Tongus. Oh wait, Toad? What are you doing here, Toad?
What are you doing?
Tongus smiled the smile of someone that is sure what he will say next is bound to be absolutely hysterical.
I am a snake, and you have charmed me.
I am a snake.
The cringe on Velma's face threatened to leave her wrinkled like a Shar-Pei for the rest of her life.
Be mine, my saucy squirrel.
No.
Thoroughly overwhelmed by the power of cringe, Velma launched another frantic attack at the creep who once more moved out of her way with splendid ease.
The dance of love is never paused on the account of darkness, my sweet cabbage.
Am I doing anything wrong? But no, I'm sure that I'm not doing anything wrong, but the name Tongus just changed to Toad, right? Or is it Toad is talking?
Ha! I think you'll find you're quite wrong there, creepo.
Tongus finally noticed the fine silken threads Velma had been leaving behind with her attacks. The thread was now tangled around him completely.
Wow.
And so, with a final mighty pull, Velma split the creep in two from the crotch up in a very flashy and spectacular way that our accountant wouldn't allow us to animate.
Watch your word, my man. Watch your fucking words. So you mean like you how can I say this? You split the man in half? Ouch. Ouch.
With the creep defeated, Velma continued onward into the glowing mansion.
Ooh,
Oh my, aren't you a feisty one?
ravishing. That sounds ravishing.
Well, behind you!
Behind you.
Velma spun around just in time to see what can only be described as the quintessential Disney princess in her early 30s. Only this one had a sharp metal claw attached to her hand.
Damn. You are beautiful.
This must be the mistress that creep kept talking about.
He was super creepy, wasn't he?
Nope, he's also sassy.
And that butt chin.
I know, right?
Oi! Don't get all chummy with the enemy, you oversized sock.
Wait, someone's my mouth. Someone is at my house right now, so let's end the video here. For now, I don't know why, but I'm sorry for end the video here, right?
Do you hear how she speaks to me?
No. Well, this is the end for the video, guys. I'm sorry for the interruption.